students, now in this session I will explain question number 6 and 7 of exercise 6.1 chapter integers. Okay, now in question number 6, as you see, it is written, in each of the following which number is to the right of the other on the number line. That means you have to say that which number is on the right hand side compared to the other on the number line. So now one thing you have to see, that if two positive numbers are there, suppose if two positive numbers are there, then which number is greater, that number will be always on the right hand side of the number line. I repeat, if two positive numbers are there, suppose if two positive numbers are there, then the number which is greater to the other number, that number will be always on the right hand side on the number line. That means in this case 9 is greater than 2, and these are all two positive numbers, isn't it? So when in case of two positive number, the number which is greater than the other number, so this, the greater number, okay, the greater number will fall on the right hand side on the number line. Fine. So we'll write 9 lies to the right hand side on the number line. Okay, so this is the logic that you have to use. I repeat again, when two positive numbers are there, then the number which is greater than the other number, so the greater number will fall to the right hand side of the number line. Now let's move on to sum number B. Now in sum number B, you see there are two negative integers, that is -3 and -8. Same logic will use for the negative integers also. If suppose the two negative integers are given and it is asked that which number will fall to the right hand side of the number line, then which number is greater here? So -3 is greater than -8, isn't it? -3 is closest to 0 and -8 is little bit farthest from the 0. So I have already said that the number which in the negatives, for negative integers, the number which will be closest to the 0, that number will be greater in case of negative integers. So if we imagine the number line, fine, so you will see that -3 is closer to 0 and -8 is little further from the 0. So that means -3 is greater than -8. So the number which is greater, this number will be on the right hand, to the right hand side of the number line. So what you have to write? -3 lies to the right hand side of the number line, on the number line. Okay, now let's move on to sum number C. Now in sum number C, we have 0 and -1. Same conception, students, same conception. That is, a number which will be greater than the other number, the greater number will always fall on the right hand side on the number line. Always remember this. This is the same, this is the logic that you have to use for every sum like this, for a, okay, this concept. Okay, now 0 and -1. So which is greater, 0 or -1? Obviously 0. Fine. So 0 is greater than -1. Fine. So we will say that 0 lies to the right hand side on the number line. Okay, well, let's see what is there in sum number D. In sum number D, we have one negative integers and one positive integers. So again, same logic, that is, which integer is greater to the other integers. Quite obvious that the positive integer will always be greater than the negative integers. So what we will write? 10 is greater than -11. Fine. So what I said, always the greater integer will lie to the right hand side on the number line. So this time 10 is the greater integer here. So we'll say that 10 lies to the right hand side on the number line. Okay, students, now let's move on to, and the rest of the two sums, sorry, this is sum number D. Okay, this is sum number D. Now rest of the two sums, that is E and F, do it by yourself only. Okay, I believe that everyone can do this. Now let's move on to sum number 7. Question number 7, we have to write all the integers between the given pair. That means two integers given, that is 0 and minus 7. Now you have to write all the integers which falls in between 0 and minus 7. Suppose if you are confused, then always imagine the number line. Okay, so I am drawing the number line for you. You don't have to draw the number line, just to show you, just to make your work a little bit easier, more convenient. I am just drawing the number line so that you can understand this type of sum more properly. So 0 and minus 7, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Suppose. Okay, now let me just draw 1 0 here. Plus 1, plus 2 and plus 3. This is a positive side, and on the negative side, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, 6 and minus 7. Now, what is the question? They have asked that write all the integers in between 0 and minus 7. So 0, this is 0, isn't it? 0 and minus 7. So you have to write all the integers which falls in between 0 and minus 7. So these are all the integers, students. These are all the integers which falls in between 0 and minus 7. So you have to write required integers fall in between 0 and minus 7 are, you have to write in increasing order. Increasing order means small to big, that is minus 6, minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2 and minus 1. Fine. So these are all the required integers which falls in between 0 and minus 1. Okay students, now let's move on to sum number B. Sum number B, we have to write all the integers between minus 4 and plus 4. Okay, so let me just draw this number line and it will be easier for all of you to understand. That is 0, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5 and minus 6. Now which are the two integers given in the question? Minus 4 and plus 4. Let first represent all those things. This is plus 4, okay, and this is minus 4. Now which are the integers fall in between plus 4 and minus 4? These are all the integers. These are all the integers. Okay, so we have to write it in the increasing order. So what we have to write? Required integers fall in between minus 4 and plus 4 are minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2 and plus 3. So these are all the required integers which falls in between minus 4 and plus 4. Okay students, so I believe you have understood how exactly you have to do question number 7. So question number D, C and question number D, try it on yourself. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you so much. God bless you and take care.